more than others, and the people who know me know that I'm very proud of who I've become. I've been through many journeys in my short life, and I'm thankful that I have been given the opportunity to create my own accomplishments. I didn't have an easy life growing up, and in fact it was really tough. Both my parents weren't around. I taught myself my own homework, was raised by my grandparents for the most part. My grandparents mean so much to me and wanted me to exceed their expectations. They always made sure I got my homework done and there was dinner on the table. My dad and mom were always fighting over whose weekend it was or who I was going to live with. Once I got old enough to make my own decisions, I chose to live with my mom in Omaha. I moved to Omaha the summer before 7th grade. I was so scared of starting a new school and trying to make new friends, but once I got the hang of things, I was rocking it in no time. I joined sports, theater, and was involved in other activities. Soccer and volleyball were my main sports. I am a very competitive person, so anytime we would have a game, I got super pumped up. I was really proud of myself for taking this step forward to becoming social and starting a new life. Then high school came, and it was one of the biggest changes I've ever had to go through. Coming in as a freshman is very intimidating, and that lasts for about a week. Not to mention I'm only 5'1", so I was scared of being picked on. I then joined volleyball, track, and theater. A big accomplishment at the start of high school was making the volleyball team. I felt part of something, and no one could take that moment away. In theater, I was on the behind-the-scenes side because I can't act nor sing. I felt it would be better for everyone if I just stick to the back. Although I had all of this going on, I still felt like I was missing something that wasn't going down the right road. I had problems at home, and school was my escape from all the stress. I knew that going to school was my safe place. Then things started to turn around, and school was the last place I wanted to be. I was getting bullied. I had no friends. I felt as if my world was falling upside down. I then made the decision to switch schools, thinking that was going to be a better idea. As I found out, the new school was even worse than my last school. My dad was living in Texas at the time, and I thought it would be a good idea to move down there and start school. Let me tell you, that was a bit of a culture shock. Everyone was so nice, and they were so giving towards each other. It was so much different than what I was used to. I then continued my senior year there and graduated. Then that was the most memorable day I've had in my life. Sitting in the stadium around all my classmates, knowing and seeing how proud my family was for me. I felt like I had finally won $1 million. Sitting in those chairs looking around trying to find your family, and when you finally do, you get the biggest smile on your face and all the nerves go away. After I graduated, I took a semester off of school before starting college. I worked 2 jobs, both full-time as well as maintaining a social life. I guess I just wanted to see if I could do it and push myself to do something better. I have a great work ethic and I love life. Then January came around and it was time to start college, time to become an adult, time to step up and take the responsibility of being a college student, learning when to start studying, what clubs you could join, and when things are due. But in college, they hand you a piece of paper and tell you to follow the syllabus. My first semester didn't go too well, as I was slacking off and I really wasn't taking it seriously, but I turned it around and did my best to pass the next year. I passed my classes, but it wasn't enough to keep my GPA up. I then started going through a lot at home again, and it felt like my life was repeating itself. So instead of staying there to watch it all happen again, I decided to move back to Nebraska, where I have enrolled in school, got a job, and I'm getting my life on track the way I want it to be. I couldn't feel more accomplished with where I'm at in my life, and I know my family is really proud of me for taking the step to better my life. I've got my family and a few friends to motivate me to my better life and to stay on track so I can make any accomplishment I set my mind to.